Natalie.
A pleasure.
Now, a composer from South Devon has written a new piece of music to accompany historic footage of the Battle of the Somme. The film has been digitally restored to coincide with the 90th anniversary of the end of the war.
While writing the music, Laura Rossi, who's from Teignmouth, discovered the story of her great-uncle, who was a stretcher-bearer in the war. Well, as part of a week of films and programmes across the BBC to mark the 90th anniversary of the armistice, I went to meet Laura in Teignmouth to find out more about the music and her great-uncle's war diaries. Laura, just explain for us, first of all, the sort of mood you were trying to capture with the music.
I think the main thing, I was just trying to make it as real as possible so that you really think about what you're seeing on the screen. It's such an amazing film, but I think it's quite hard to sort of take it all in on a first viewing, so I was just trying to draw in the viewers into the pictures. And
in the course of your research, you discovered more about your great-uncle, didn't you? How did that come about?
Well, it was the day before I was going over to the Somme battlefield, so I happened to speak to my great-aunt, and she mentioned that my great-uncle Fred was actually in the First World War, and she had a couple of his diaries in her attic. So she posted those over to me, and it turned out that actually he was a stretcher-bearer attached to the 29th Division on the 1st of July, who actually appear in the film, so it's quite possible that he could even be in the film.
And then knowing his story, how did that influence your writing?
I think it just really all brought it all to life, because I could really imagine him over there, so it helped me to relate to the men in the film.
Just talk us through some of the extracts from the diary, Laura, because it's a real emotional roller coaster, isn't it? He goes from being quite depressed and sombre sometimes to being very excited about the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it starts off, he's really excited. He thinks it's a big adventure going off to the war, and then obviously he gets over there and realises the reality of it. But some of the extracts are very short but to the point. But yeah, there's some really poignant moments in it. So this is the extract from the Somme battle. July the 1st, dawn, big attack, all along the line, food scarce. July the 2nd, many dead and wounded, awful bombardment still on, working day and night. July the 3rd, Colonel and Captain Thomason wounded, casualties in ambulance about 15. No luck on our section, Newfoundland's got an awful cutting up, German machine guns waiting for them, terrible sights, dead and wounded galore. It just really brought it all to life for me, being able to read his diaries and then go over and try and retrace his footsteps over on the Somme. It just made me think much deeper about the men in the film.
Very beautiful music to go with some very powerful images. And you can find out more about Laura's music and the DVD by contacting the Imperial War Museum. There are also more local stories and memories on the BBC Local Radio websites and, of course, at bbc.co.uk/remembrance.